Hello, fellow aspirants. This is me, Dr. Jagpreet Jagtap, and in today's podcast, we'll be talking about the Prevention of Child Labour Act Amendment 2016. So, let us first understand what are the provisions of this act. To summarize, all children below 14 years will not be allowed to work because they have to attend school according to the Right to Education Act 2009. Then again, adolescents between the ages of 14 and 18 can work in conditions where, or they can work in occupations other than hazardous occupations. Now, these hazardous occupations have been restricted to only three areas. We'll learn about them in the next point. A rehabilitation fund has been created. This is a very good thing. So the children who have been rescued, for their rehabilitation, this fund has been created. Then again, there is a provision that family enterprises, in these, the children can be allowed to work after school hours and in holidays. The punishment for violating this act has been increased up to 2 years, and a fine of 50,000 rupees will be fined. So what are the pros of this act? It is that it is in tune with ILO, that is the International Labour Organization, and UNICEF. It is in synergy with Right to Education Act because here the limit is 14 years. And the rehabilitation fund is important because it looks at the rehabilitation aspect also. But there are a few issues with this act. First is this family enterprises. It has not been defined properly. So that is one problem, not defined. Second problem is that even in family enterprises, the child not necessarily works voluntarily. The child can be forced to work. So that is the second aspect of it. And third is that most family enterprises do not impart a special skill to the child. It is mostly unskilled labor. Secondly, only three occupations have been put into hazardous occupation category. One is mining, second is inflammable materials, and the third is hazardous processes. And what else occupations have to be included will be decided by the center. Now this is a bit problematic because many states have different environmental conditions, social conditions. So certain state might want to include an occupation into this hazardous category, but here the center has taken all the rights. So this is a bit problematic. So what should be the way forward? The first and foremost thing is it should be properly implemented, because most of our acts, they remain on paper. So this has to have a very vibrant dynamic machinery which can implement this act. Secondly, this act in isolation cannot achieve much. So it has to be implemented in tandem with Manrega, so that parents get employment, so that they don't have to employ their children. Right to education, where each and every child gets its due right of education. Midday meals, so that the child gets sufficient nutrition when it goes to school. And the implementation of all these aspects together with this act will really help into bettering the conditions of our children. Thank you. I hope this was helpful. Keep studying. If anyone has any doubts, please write them in the comments. I'll reply as soon as possible. Have an awesome day.